There's a difference between creator and creation. And I'm being called to share about this right now. So once again, welcome into the sacred container, and namaste to you, family. The difference between creator and creation itself. We can see creator as the higher self, right? We can see creation itself as the projection of the reality that is co-created between you and the higher self. What's happening right now is we are catching up to what it is to be creator and one with creation. A dissolution of fixations is occurring right now. So fixations. When we are fixed to one thing, when we are fixed to one pathway, when we are fixed to one ideology, we end up actually blocking ourselves from being able to receive something that could be more in alignment for ourselves. So what happens when we are in this kind of flip state? Okay. So feeling like you're walking in a dream. Well, it's because you are. When our dream state begins to flip and merge, right? So when we begin to wake up, essentially, to the fact that creation occurs in our dream state, in our dream weaving, we begin to flip and realities begin to merge. Our dreams, which happen while we are asleep, begin to catch up to our waking state. And we can be walking around feeling a lot of lucidity or detached, right? Detachment opens up flow. When we open up flow fully, we allow ourselves to align organically to that which is of our highest good. You might feel like right now, like something has taken over you. I want to remind you, it's nothing bad, okay? Because a lot of us get freaked out when we start to go through these experiences. You're aligning more with the higher self. The higher self has chosen to consciously walk in and through and begin to start navigating the journey, right? So for this moment of time, in this transition or passageway, the higher self has the wheel, and we're allowing it to just organically align. So you might find that doors are going to shut abruptly on you. New ones are going to open. There's a lot of weaving in and out of different realities. And what you thought you were and what you thought you were going to be doing, maybe even a few days or a few weeks ago, might look completely different to you here and now. Why is this? It's because your universe wants to bring you the blessings that you deserve. Your universe wants to bring you forward into that reality that you've been calling forward. Your prayers have been heard, and your prayers are being answered right now, right? The intentions that you've been setting, the seeds you've been planting and harvesting here and now are aligning to you. They're coming to you. So if you feel like right now is a time where you just want to randomly let things go or clean up, we call this the void, the in-between. You're making space. It's important. It's a part of cleaning up our act and cleaning up our environment to become aligned to that soul-aligned compass. Heart morality, heart attunement, right? Higher self attunement. And a part of this bridge that occurs is as we are crossing, it can feel very strange and a lot can happen. While you are clearing out all of your trauma, drama, and friend groups, okay, what starts to happen is a lot of things will kick up in the cellular body. Things will kick up in the physical body's matrix. As a result, what occurs? You can feel like things are out to get you, that things are happening. I will say this, there is an increase right now in pockets of the world that are being cleaned out. So what happens when this occurs? It's essentially like us taking a snow globe, flipping it upside down, shaking everything up, turning it back around, and allowing the dust to settle. So right now is the time to allow the dust to settle. Let things fall away. Let things reposition themselves. Allow yourself to realign. The pieces are coming together, okay? And while it might feel like you're stripped of everything internally, it's because this is what happens. We get stripped down, broken down into parts, and rebuilt into our crystalline structure. This is death and rebirth. This is what the rise of the phoenix truly is. So as soon as we remember that what we are losing is we're not actually losing from within. What's happening is it gets stripped down, it goes through a purification process, and it comes back all new in its integrated form. All right, so there is no separation in this, but you might feel separated from people. You might feel disconnected from family and friends. You might feel disconnected from your reality, right? You might feel like you don't have any emotions. This is called the void. Okay? The void. It's emptiness of creation. And as soon as we embrace this empty womb space, we begin to open ourselves up to nurturing this place within, right? This is that Sophia energy, right? This is what many would call the darkness. And it's not that it's dark in the way that many perceive. What it is, it's an empty cup. So we could see the void as an empty cup, and we could see that when we fill up the cup, fill up with light, that is the process of creation itself. To be very simply put of what creation is, it is the act of taking an empty vessel and filling it up. That's what the action of creation is. And then the end result of the creation is the filled up cup, right? And what happens is, this is a process we have. We pour out, we empty out, we fill out. And we keep doing this over and over again. And it's a part of the alchemy. It's a part of the alchemy of our design, of soul, and of cellular dissolution, dissolving programming, and realigning, right? What you're doing is you're going through a process of retuning. So if you're playing the same guitar strings and instrument for a really long time, you'll know that strings go out of tune. So what happens is we begin to snap all the strings off, we restring it, we retune it, and what happens? The minute that you first retune the guitar, right, there needs to be some elasticity that gets brought forward in the strings. We call it slack, right? So the strings will go out of tune. This is what happens with our vibration, right? While we're kind of in the formless experience and we're coming into form. So the formless, it's pure prima materia, right? It's just pure matter. And the thing is that right now you're going through the process of forming yourself into that higher self. So if you feel like goo, like you feel like you're just liquid, like you're nothing, like you're a blob, this is because you are in the state of becoming a new form of creation for yourself. And it's actually a beautiful experience. What it is that we begin to take shape because we're now aligning with a new intention. It's essentially, if we were to take the chalkboard, completely erase it, that's what it is. There's nothing on the chalkboard yet. So then now's the time for self-discovery. What do you want out of your life, right? What do you want to align to? Limitless possibilities. Let's expand out, right? Let's not go small here. What do you want to do? What do you see for yourself? What do you perceive, right? When the spiritual home and the spiritual nest gets emptied out, okay, it's important for us to begin to recognize that a part of this clean out and this rebuilding process is now we have to start to see, what is it that aligns with me that I want inside of my spiritual home? What do I see? What do I want to see within my nest, right? What do I want to harvest? Where have I planted seeds before and they just haven't sprouted? Am I continually fueling the same creations over and over again and they just don't stick and take hold? Maybe it's time to do something new for yourself. So invite yourself the opportunity to begin to explore creation again, to begin to play with creation. What is it that you want out of your life? What is it that you want to be? What do you want to produce? Right? This begins to set the intention in co-creation with your creator, your higher self, your universe, your God, your source, however you want to view it. And what will start to happen is, as soon as you create that dialogue of the things that you desire here and now, then begins the process of seeding. Now in comes trickling the codes, the receiving of the downloads, of the DNA records, of everything that you need for your creation. This is a part of seeding. And then a part of this seeding is recognizing that you are about to walk forward into a whole new universe for yourself. Right? So get excited. The in-between can be exciting. You're en route to your destination. Whether it's a physical destination or a vibrational destination, you're moving into a whole new room. That's right, we're in a different room now. And this stage is exciting. As soon as we embrace it and we love it and we learn to nurture that in the in-between, in this empty cave, I'm filling myself up with the riches of the divine here and now. So what does that look like for you? What are the treasures of your soul that you want to see show up in your reality reflected to you? Because the treasures of your soul have always existed there. The treasures of your soul have never went anywhere. Okay? In the unified essence of you, those treasures still remain. They're infinite. It's that what begins to occur is there's layering of human, I will say. Layering of belief systems, layering of ideology, layering of identification that begins to create a block from being able to receive that which is your soul treasure, your soul's truth. And so what happens through these emptying out periods is, let's say that we are now dissolving all the human layerings and limitations that do not allow you to receive that. It's the story you tell yourself. I'm not worth it. I'm not good enough. They don't love me. They don't respect me. All of those stories right now are clearing out fully from the body because it's not true. It's not true to the essence of you. The essence of you as the signature, as the soul spark, as that pure infinite creation, knows that you're worthy of it all. It's just that, once again, trauma, programming, parents, family, community, colleges, schools, culture, dogma, all of it have these storylines that are embedded within us that say whatever the story tells us. So I invite you to just feel into this process of new coming through for you now. It's okay to feel empty. And yes, the purge is occurring. I've been going through it too. Feeling weepy, feeling tired, no motivation. It's okay, just rest. It's a part of the restructuring. When the process is done, the light turns on, the doors open, and there we go. So then it's up to us to remember that we can keep the lights on. Okay? When we're in the emptiness, when we're in the void, right? We can keep the lights on. Don't deceive yourself. Don't deceive your soul. Part of this is that we keep rebuilding that connection deep within the soul self, the higher self, the universal expression of you, the source spark of creation, the infinite, expansive version of you here and now that lives within you. It's not outside of you. And we listen. The only reason deception occurs is because there's a misfire or a disconnect between the human and the soul. When we unify with self and we unify with the soul, it's about now aligning all of those things. It's aligning the belief systems to that of the soul. It's aligning the belief systems to that of the higher self. Now it's interesting because technically the higher self has no belief systems, right? The things that govern this reality in the human expression is the belief system. So what it is it's now recognizing that there can be congruent or incongruent belief systems to that of the higher self. You could think of essentially that the higher self is the data in the computer. And we, in the human vessel, need to have a program running to operate the reality. If there were no belief systems at all, would reality exist? But it's an important question to keep in mind. Okay. So then it's about, okay, so if I live in a reality that is governed off of belief systems in coordination with my creator, funneling this projection through my physical body into the reality to reflect back to me that which I hold within. Now the question is, what do I want to hold within? And what do I want to see for myself? Okay? We can overcomplicate this process. Guilty as charged of always doing this, right? Really overcomplicating this process. It can be really simple. For right now in the in-between, focus on self-love. Polish up your inner child. Okay? Play with it. There's a lot going on. And it's okay. It's okay. There is a pathway. There is a divine expression of this pathway. For all of us. You're on that pathway right now. You don't have to fight anymore. You don't have to figure out if you're in the right place or the right moment of time. Every place, every moment in time is perfect, just as it is. All we have to do is just keep walking forward. the next indicated step. Keep communicating. Keep asking questions. And if you don't hear or you don't receive, it's okay. Keep asking. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your connections. Just don't give up. In regards to creating space and creation, it might feel like you have to give some things up, and that's okay. You're just you're making space for a new experience. You're creating new. And so in the universal expression and in this reality, there's never loss. There's only experience. And I recognize that in some ways, that belief system and that perception can switch and shift depending upon our viewpoint. And I get that. But what will assist all of us is recognizing that there is no loss. There's only gain. And sometimes there is loss in the reality. Things that we have, people that we love, that return back to the unified field, that return back to source. And that's okay. I feel for you. I know what it is to feel those things. Because I too have lost friends. I've lost brothers. I've lost family. But when I recognize that in the essence of creation, everything goes back to the one, everything goes back to source for creation, the sooner I recognize that I can welcome in a new experience for myself, and it's safe to do that. It's okay to let go. It's okay to feel hurt. It's okay to feel soft. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel vulnerable. It's okay to feel everything that you're feeling right now. Do not negate what you're feeling. Don't disregard the emotions that are coming to the surface. As a matter of fact, embrace it. Clarity is just beyond that emotion. Clarity is just beyond that emotion. Freedom is just behind all those emotions that are coming up to the surface right now for yourself to observe, to witness, and to feel fully. This is how stars are born. This is how stars are born. When you cry a happy tear, there's a universe inside that tear. A universe of gratitude that's expressing to you, to yourself, to the form, about this universal expression. We're here to create. We're here to be creators. We're here to be creation and to unify with that creation on all levels. This is a process of harmonization. And as soon as we harmonize with the reality, we begin to recognize that we all have a place in the symphony. Even if you feel like yours isn't more important, your timbre, your hue, your wavelength, your frequency is important. Your reality, your alignment is important. Your life, your soul, your heart, your body is important. Your emotions are valid. What you feel is important. Who you are is important. Don't let anyone tell you anything different. You have a place and you have a purpose here. I promise you. So buckle up, guys. We're on a ride right now. And when the ride's done, we get off, we move on. It's just a transition. We're in between. Keep celebrating the new and keep celebrating you to the best of your degree and ability that you can. All right? I'm gonna keep celebrating me, and I'll celebrate you as well. Remember to feel. Remember to love. And remember to welcome in all the blessings and miracles that are coming to you here and now, because I promise you the universe is bringing magic to you here and now. Just let it in. It's safe. I love you guys. See you soon.